It's a joke. It's all a joke.
So at this point, you've probably heard about the Steven Crowder drama and the divorce. There's a lot of claims of abuse. We've seen a lot of mudslinging throughout the conservative sphere. Ultimately, is this a huge thing that's going to sink Steven Crowder's ship, or are we looking at something that's just a small footnote on an increasing issue surrounding marriage and all these things inside of America? So here we go. It is the video bombshell seen around the world. I've already looked at the video, but we're going to go ahead and look through it and break it down. There's a few kind of key things inside of this video.
He said, then we're at an impasse.
But no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick.
So here's the first like huge thing, all right? Whenever somebody starts slinging around the word abuse, it could start to get really bad as far as just optically. I think that might be a bit much in this situation.
Help! I'm being repressed!
Let's continue to watch it.
Watch it.
It's sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space.
Is that the standard that we want to keep in this? That if there's ever any colorful language or any aggression inside of a heated argument, that automatically makes you like an abusive scumbag? Is that the whole of what we want right here? Is that the standard? People say things in arguments like this, and obviously it doesn't appear that their marriage is going to work out. A lot of the drama around this is just the fact that, Steven Crowder and his marriage and everything was kind of held up as a pedestal. Here's kind of the big thing that people are like looking at, and it's why it's so big that this marriage is failing and that this drama comes up, is just because how much it was like championed in this circumstance. But basically, Steven Crowder and his wife, they went about things as considered the conservative way, the Christian way, which like I myself am a Christian, and I believe this is like the right approach as well. But basically waiting till wedding night and being abstinent until marriage. And that is what they went in there. Obviously, you can see their wedding day back in 2012 here. He basically writes an entire column about this and has kind of championed this cause. This is an opinion piece that he wrote, obviously, for Fox. But it says, for anyone who's read my abstinence column here at Fox News Opinion, they could guess my wedding is something that I've looked forward to for quite some time. After having tied the knot at the end of August, I can say that beyond all shadow of a doubt, that it was everything I'd hoped and prayed that it would be since childhood. Let me preface this column by saying this. My wife, there's all these things. Our wedding was perfect. Our wedding night was nothing short of amazing. I wrote this on the plane heading to a tropical island with the most beautiful woman to have walked the planet Earth. I know everybody says that the bride was the most beautiful in the world. They're wrong. I win. A gushing review of his wife at the time going on. They've done everything right. They went the right way. Centered around biblical values, waited till marriage. Now people have to deal with that and juxtapose it to him now saying, he picked the wrong woman.
Now, of course, look, I get it. There are multiple sides to every story, but one thing that is undeniable in this case is that it's no one's fault but my own in that I picked wrong.
Honestly, we might be seeing the red pill of Steven Crowder. A lot of people would consider him kind of blue pill with this, the whole waited till marriage, very poetic on how he explains everything. I'm gonna have one woman and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna be soulmates, live happily ever after. Didn't work out at all. Swing and a miss. All right, this is blown up in his face. Might have to start rethinking how he views things. I still believe that the best thing to do is to wait until marriage and to approach things in that method. But I think there also has to be a larger conversation about how marriage is in the institution of marriage, and how women in society are acting, and these different changing things that marriage and, partnership going into these things is not the same as it was, in the 1930s, where you could genuinely feel like, hey, this person's going to stick through me for thick and thin. It seems like in this situation, there's drama that kicked up during the pandemic. They're locked in, shut in together. They're going through some tough times and some arguments. And, Steven Crowder during this time has also, had some issues with his own health, as well as not only expecting kids. And it just seemed, when you're looking at it and you're diagnosing it, it seems like the wife checked out at this point because of a hard time. Doesn't really seem to want to be sticking through it. And society rewards that, as we're probably going to see in this situation. you can almost be assured that Steven didn't have a prenup, didn't, legally protect himself in this situation. So, he's gonna be paying for this in the long run. But it can be a learning experience, not only for him, but also for everybody in general inside of society.